everybody. This is the week we've all been waiting for, right? Is this why we play fantasy football or what? Oh, we got a dog that's got to go take a shit. So, here's what I want to say. We have, it appears, one crazy dog in studio. Let's see, get a look. Amazing! Amazing! Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams playing for 4 spots. I don't think we've ever seen a crazier year than this year. It's great to be a part of. Luckily, I get to sit back with some popcorn and watch. However, that being said, just like any good fantasy football etiquette, I will be playing my best lineup and giving my opponent the best game I can give possible, because even though it doesn't matter for me, my matchup still matters for other people. And I want to make sure as commissioner that all of you guys are doing the same thing. Even if you're playing and your game doesn't mean anything for you personally, it still matters for somebody else. And I'll tell you, I bet it feels pretty good to play spoiler. I've never had to do that because I'm always in the playoffs. But for other teams that aren't as good, let me just say, it probably gives you a little bit of a good way to end the season. So let me just say that. Just guys, I want to just play your best you can this week. So that's what we're going to go off with. And we're going to get into some scenarios and a little bit of nonsense, because that's what this show's turned into. Oh, don't mind me. I always wear this headset when I come in the door, and I always have this wireless keyboard here, but oh, what smells so good in here? I wonder. Oh, what could it be? Ah, yes, my favorite, Chesapeake Bay candles. Birch and cedar, on sale now.
I realized I fucked up with that commercial. It was shitty anyway. Don't worry, you guys missed nothing. So, it was just me coming inside trying to sell my birch candles. So I can tell you, Chesapeake Village or Chesapeake Bay candles definitely gonna revoke that sponsorship for this show. So there goes another one. Well, what else is new? Anyway, so let me just say we got the 2 most chillest guys in the league this week. Oh, hello, Moan. Nice of you to drop by. So here we are this week. We have the number 1 and the number 2 seeds, win or lose, so it doesn't matter. So we thought we would give what are our thoughts here, Moan? Who do you think is going to be the 1 seed?
I would say me, Bruce.
Okay, and I think I'm the 2 seed, so we've got that covered. Thank you. Now for these messages.
Hi, I'm Lame Bruce, and I have cable. And the only show I get is public access TV, and I got this guy talking about Jesus. Don't be like Lame Bruce. Get direct TV. Yeah, you see that punk over there? Lame Bruce? Don't be like Lame Bruce. You want to be like Badass Bruce. Badass Bruce has direct TV. Badass Bruce has boobs all day on his boob tube. Be like Badass Bruce and get direct TV.
Now that we've gotten everything out of the way with the bullshit, we're going to give you the meat in the meat sandwich. Here's what we got. Scenarios real quick. 4 teams. We got Sam, win and he's in, I believe. Got Stud, win and he's in. Alex, win and he's in. And Nick, win and he's in. Got those 4 guys. Here's the 2 that need help that are in contention. And interestingly, they are the leaders in scoring between all those 6 teams. Very weird this year. Very peculiar. Anyway, we got Scott. He's going to need some help. He's going to rely on the Pembroke and the Tarzana Nomads matchup. Interestingly, though, he still has to outscore Pembroke or not be outscored by 12 points, roughly. It's going to be very interesting. We also have Pembroke needing the win, but also needing another loss on one of the other teams ahead of him. So there's a few other scenarios in more detail, but that's, the gist of it. So what Moan and I want to do is go over each specific matchup, give our thoughts on each game, and then what we're going to do is give our final picks on who's making the playoffs. All right, fellas. Here we got first matchup, Weiner Diner 49er against Sandusky Daycare. This gives me nothing for Bruce, but he would love to see Sam go home. Mo, what do you think about this matchup?
Bruce, as much as I like it, I give Sam a 90% chance to win here.
90%?
90%. I think it depends on if Zeke goes off tonight. If the Vikings can hold him in check tonight, it would be up to Mike Evans to carry this team.
Now, I agree. This is certainly a game that's favorable for Sam. I'm missing A.J. Green. I'm definitely not at a healthy team right now. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, hey, if Zeke has a bad game tonight, he's never faced an elite defense like this. What happens if Zeke has a bad game, gets only six points? You think I've got a shot?
Believe me, as a Minnesota fan, I hope that happens. But in a realistic term, I think he goes for a touchdown and maybe at least 80 yards.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here. Playing the odds, it's going to end up being Sam taking this matchup. Okay, Sam wins. He's in. So we've got 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. This many? This like this. Is that how you do 3?
Yeah, but you're not.
Oh, so this is how you do 3. Okay. So we got 3 teams in the playoffs. We're going to take a look at the next matchup. We've got Booger Sugar, Studs Inflated Balls. This is a scenario where we got the coach and the player, mentor, the mentee, and guess what? Kyle's looking to play spoiler this week.
Kyle's looking to play spoiler, but is Kyle's lineup strong enough? Whether he plays Yeldon or Ivory, are those running backs strong enough to keep up with Lev Bell and Matt Murray?
Boy, you never like to see a committee running back team. He's got both players. Neither of them are very good, especially when they're playing the Denver defense. I'm not too keen on this matchup, especially when he's got a guy like Deshaun Jackson, a complete boomer bust. Although, on the flip side, Stud's playing Tyreek Hill, very similar player to Deshaun Jackson. So this is going to be definitely a very, very close matchup. Moan, who you got here?
In this one, I like Stud. I think that Stud's running backs are going to carry the team. Carson Palmer is questionable against Washington, but they're going to have to put up points. You got Tyreek Hill is going to have to put up points in Atlanta. Could be a big game for Stud.
Okay, well there you go. Looks like Stud's the clutch team coming out again. Looks like we got Stud, team number 4 in the playoffs. Next matchup, we have probably the most surprising team in this playoff run, the Hand of God, Nick Church himself, versus Steel Curtain 69, the Shasberry Steelers. So, Shasberry Steelers certainly playing spoiler here, and with a win could wrap up a very decent and presentable season for the team. So, Bone, I'm taking a look here. Nick's got a couple question marks, but he's still the favorite. Does Sean have a shot here?
Sean has a shot. Sean, you got to play one of those guys, Edelman or Thomas, if you want a shot to win. You overproduced last week. Did a great job overproducing, Bruce. Great job. 120 points last week. I think that's the first time you put up.
Wow. So it looks like Nick's really getting strong at the right time of the year, huh?
I was talking about Sean.
I wasn't listening. Okay, so it looks like what's happening here is Nick's projected ahead, but I'm looking at Sean's receivers. He's got Victor Cruz. Interesting play. Do you think he's going to stick with it on Sunday?
Like I just said, I hope not. I hope he would put in Thomas or Edelman. Thomas, a good matchup against Detroit. Edelman, not so bad matchup against LA when you have Brady throwing to you. Good things can happen.
Good things can certainly happen. Hopefully, Nick. Who do you got? You got Nick in this game?
I give Nick the win on this one. I would put Nick as that would be our fifth team.
That would be team number 5. This shit is gonna get crazy. We're talking about the game that's most likely gonna fuck everybody up. We have Hillbilly Boners and we've got the Tarzana Nomads. This game is really going to determine how the hell this shit is gonna play out because I think our picks were correct so far. We're just going pretty easy matchups in my opinion. And then we've got one of the most interesting ones this week, Hillbilly Boners, Pembroke, Tarzana Nomads. Alex, if he wins, he's in. Pembroke can win, but he's still not necessarily in, Moan.
That is correct, Bruce. If Pembroke wins, and I believe if he outscores Scott and everyone else loses, Pembroke will be in. But Pembroke has to outscore Scott by quite a bit of points.
God, this shit is a headache. I don't even know what's going to happen. This is so crazy this week. Let's.
You know what one good thing is, though?
What is that?
We don't have to worry about it.
Yes. We don't. Oh, yes. Oh, boy. Okay, back to the game. Back to the game. So, one of the most important things in this matchup that I'm seeing is on the Tarzana Nomad side, their Monday night game. There's 2 very important players on his team. Tell us about it.
So we have Luck and we have Hilton. If Luck doesn't play, he's got no quarterback. If Luck doesn't play, Hilton's not doing the do. What are you doing with that dog? Does anyone else see this? This is bad.
Thank you, Moan. So who do you got?
I Gotta give it to Ryan. I think that Ryan's Ryan team is gonna outscore Alex. I think Ryan gets the win. His playoff chances are up in the air, but I think Ryan gets the win.
Thank you. So we're gonna go with Ryan. But how much does Ryan score? What are your projections telling you?
The projection that Yahoo gives us, which we both know is complete bullshit.
Bullshit.
We do go by it as a sort of a floor ceiling type thing. So I would put Pembroke's floor at about 100 points or so. I would put his ceiling at about 125, depending on how well Cooper does, depending on how well Beckham does. And another wild card, nice old Spencer Ware up there against Atlanta.
Certainly, he's got some great weapons to choose from for this game. He's got Des Bryant on the bench. You know things are doing well when he's not even going to make your starting lineup. So we're going to go with Pembroke, and we got Alex losing his last two in the league, and he's out. What? All right, the last important game of relevance in this league for Week 13 that we're going to analyze in Sotla is a game between a shiny poop who needs to win, needs to score a lot of points to keep Pembroke off his back. And we're going to know pretty quickly after tonight how this is going to turn out because we got the Rectum Blasters with 4 players tonight.
Zuck, as much as I love Minnesota, I'm not playing 4 Minnesota players in the same.
Certainly not, especially on a Thursday night game. So here's what's going to happen. It looks like...
Especially not Blair Walsh.
Especially not Blair Walsh. It looks like he's not playing Blair Walsh this week. Lucky for him. So do you think, let's get this out of the way, do you think Zuck realistically has a chance?
No.
No. Okay, so Zuck has no chance. So now we're talking Scott. Now we had the scenario where Pembroke beats Alex. So Alex is out. So now we got Scott winning and Pembroke winning. Those are the last two playing. And here we are talking a difference of 13 points. Scott cannot be outscored by Pembroke by 13 points.
So like we just told them, I would put the floor at 100. And I would put the ceiling at about 125 for Ryan. Gronk is out, though, for Scott.
So for those of you guys that didn't hear, Gronk out indefinitely, having back surgery. Scott having to replace number 1 tight end with pretty much who's been mostly ignored for the New Orleans Saints, Coby Fleener.
But with his luck, something like Fleener is going to go off for 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. Because it's just a different Saint every week. Brandon Cooks puts up 25 every third week. Michael Thomas goes off. Snead goes off. We've all seen that.
All right, so let's wrap this up because you guys are probably bored of us talking. You just want to hear our picks. How many points is Scott scoring?
I would put Scott at about 95 floor. I would put him at about 115 to 120 ceiling.
So there's a legit possibility this is going to come down to Scott and Pembroke's scores.
This could come down to Scott and Pembroke scores, and I don't see many people for Monday night for Scott. I can't remember about Pembroke, but this could be an all-weekend event.
Woo! Hope you guys are ready for some football. This is going to be exciting. Moan, do you have the final pick? Who do you got, Scott or Pembroke?
I want to say Scott, but my heart's saying Pembroke.
I'm personally going to go ahead, and I'm going to go pick Pembroke as well. Nothing against Scott, but I love Pembroke's matchups this week, just looking at him as we were doing earlier. Especially, I'm not a fan of Thomas Rawls. I'll tell him that right now.
I do want to say this. Good luck to everyone. Sean, change one of those wide receivers. Everyone else, good luck. Bruce, good luck. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Anytime, Moan. We love you guys.
Y'all didn't think I'd go away that easily, did you? Let me show you one more thing.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there.